Hello students, let's do idea of speed, distance and time, exercise 12b, questions 7 to 10. Question 7. A and B start from the same place in the same direction and at the same time with speeds of 6 kilometers per hour and 2 meters per second respectively. After 5 hours, who will be ahead and by how much? Okay, so let's start. Speed of A is 6 kilometers per hour. So let's write that down. So that is 6 kilometers per hour. Then speed of B given to us is 2 meter per second. Now as you can see, the units are different. So let's convert meter per second to kilometers per hour. So when you convert 2 meter per second to kilometer per hour, the short way is to multiply 2 into 18 by 5. So here, there's nothing that we can cancel. So let's multiply the numerators. 18 into 2 is 36 and denominator is 5. And now this has become kilometers per hour. So both the speeds are now in the same unit. So 36 by 5 kilometers per hour. So the speed of A and speed of B are both in kilometers per hour. Now, what is time given? Time is 5 hours. We have to check in 5 hours who will be ahead and by how much. So the time is 5 hours. Now we have to find the distance covered by A. So that is speed into time, the formula. So speed of A is 6 kilometers per hour and the time is 5 hours. So we need to multiply 5 hours. So this is 6 into 5. 6 5s are 30. So the distance covered by A is 30 kilometers. Now let's find the distance covered by B. Speed into time, and the speed is 36 by 5 kilometers per hour. We have converted it, isn't it? Now time is 5 hours. So now let's multiply this and see. 36 by 5 into 5. So here we can cancel 5 and 5. So what we have is 36. That means the distance covered by B is 36 kilometers. So we have found the distance covered by A to be 30 kilometers and the distance covered by B is 36 kilometers. Now from this we can clearly make out that B is ahead of A. So let's write that down. B is ahead of A. So that is the first part of the question. So we have found that out, that B is ahead. Now the second part of the question, by how much? So we have to do the second part. Now the distance between B and A after 5 hours, if both are moving in the same direction, we find it out by subtracting this. So the distance covered by B is 36 kilometers and the distance covered by A is 36 kilometers. When we subtract the two, we find out. So now this is 36 minus 30 is 6 kilometers. So we know that B is ahead of A, and now we know that B is ahead of A by 6 kilometers. So B will be ahead of A by 6 kilometers. So this is the second part of our answer. Let's go on to the next question. Mohit covers a certain distance in 6 hours by his scooter at a speed of 40 kilometers per hour. Now we have to find the time taken by Manzoor to cover the same distance by his car at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. So same distance means the first thing we need to do is find the distance covered by Mohit, isn't it? And then use that same distance to find the time taken by Manzoor. So let's start with the first part. Time taken by Mohit is 6 hours. Then the speed of his scooter is 40 kilometers per hour. 40 kilometers per hour. Now we need to find the distance covered, that is speed into time. Speed is 40 kilometers per hour and time is 6 hours. So we need to multiply these two and see what we get. So 40 into 6. 6 zeros are 0, 6 fours are 24. So we've got 240. That means the distance covered is 240 kilometers. Now we have found the distance covered. Now let's go on to the second part. Find the time taken by Manzoor to cover this same distance. So the time taken by Manzoor to cover the same distance by his car at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour is what we're going to find out. So what is the speed? 60 kilometers per hour. It's given to us kilometers per hour. Then distance we have found out to be 240 kilometers. Now what are we asked to find? The time taken, and the formula is distance by speed. So distance is 240 kilometers and the speed is 60 kilometers per hour. So we have to divide 240 by 60. So let's do that. 240 divided by 60. First we can cancel the zeros and divide 24 by 6. 6 fours are 24. So our answer here is 4. That means the time taken is 4 hours. So the time taken by Manzoor to cover that same distance by his car at the speed of 60 kilometers per hour is 4 hours. So we have found the first answer. The first answer is 4 hours. Now let's go to the second part. Here we have to find the speed of Joseph if he takes 8 hours to complete the same distance. Okay, so the distance we all know now is 240 kilometers. Then the time here is 8 hours. Now we have to find his speed. And that will be distance by time. So distance is 240 kilometer and time is 8 hours. So we have to divide 240 by 8. 240 divided by 8. 8 threes are 24 minus 0. I bring down the 0 here. So my answer is 30. That means the speed is 30 kilometers per hour. So the speed of Joseph to complete that same distance if he takes 8 hours will be 30 kilometers per hour. Question 9. A boy swims 200 meters in still water and then returns back to the point of start in a total of 10 minutes. We have to find his speed. First we have to find it in meter per second. So let's start. The speed of the boy's swim in meter per second is what we need to find out. Now the distance is, now here it says 200 meters and then he returns back to the point of start. That means another 200 meters. So together this will be 400 meters. So the distance is 400 meters and the time is 10 minutes. Okay, and we have been asked to find the speed in meter per second. So let's convert 10 minutes to seconds. Convert the minutes to seconds. So 1 minute, in 1 minute there are 60 seconds. Therefore, in 10 minutes there will be 60 into 10. 60 into 10. So 6 ones are 6 and then put the 2 zeros. So we have 600 seconds. So 10 minutes will be 600 seconds. Now we need to find the speed. Speed is distance by time and distance is 400 meters and the time is 600 meters, 600 seconds, time is seconds. So now we have to divide 400 by 600. Let's do that division. 400 divided by 600. Now cancel whatever you can. So there are 2 zeros. So 2 zeros here. Now I can divide 4 and 6 both by 2. 2 2s are 4. 2 3s are 6. So here what do I have? 2 by 3. So the speed will be 2 by 3 meter per second. So we have been asked to find the speed of a swim in meter per second first. So we have got that. So now it is 2 by 3 meter per second. Second part of the question is we have to convert the speed in kilometers per hour. Now what is the speed of the boys swim in meter per second? We found out the answer as 2 by 3 meter per second. Now we have to find the speed in kilometer per hour. So to convert meter per second to kilometer per hour, we just have to multiply with a simple number. So let's convert 2 by 3 meter per second to kilometer per hour. To do this, we have to take 2 by 3, which is a meter per second, and multiply it by 18 by 5. So here we can cancel. 3 6s are 18. Now there's nothing more to cancel, so we multiply the numerators. 6 2s are 12 divided by 5. Now this is in kilometers per hour. Now let's simplify that. Let's divide 12 by 5. 5 2s are 10 minus 2. I'm going to carry on with my division and put a point here. Carry that point up. Now I can put a 0. I'll bring that 0 down. Now my number is 20. 5 4s are 20. So I've got my answer as 2.4. So this will be 2.4 kilometers per hour. So we found the speed of the boys swim in meter per second as 2 by 3 meter per second, and in kilometers per hour it is 2.4 kilometer per hour. So this is our final answer here. Let's go on to the next question. Question 10. A distance of 14.4 kilometer is covered in 2 hours 40 minutes. So this is the time, this is the distance. Find the speed in meter per second. That's the first question. First part. We have to find the speed. And that too in meter per second. Now with this speed, Sakshi goes to her school 240 meters away from her house and then returns back. How much time in all will Sakshi take? So the first part is we find the speed in meters per second. So distance, the distance is 14.4 kilometers. Then we have the time. Time is 2 hours and 40 minutes. So the first step is we convert the distance, which is in kilometers, to meters, and time, which is in 2 hours 40 minutes, to seconds. So we have to do two conversions since we've been asked that in the question. So we're going to convert distance, kilometers, to meters. So 1 kilometer has 1000 meters. So here we have 14.4 kilometers. That means 1000 into 14.4. So if we ignore the point and multiply, so let's ignore the point and then multiply. So 144 into 1 is 144, and then we add the 3 zeros. Now we have to put back the point. So when we put the point, it's one place. So my number will just be 14,400. So let's write that here. So that is 14,400 meters. We converted kilometers to meters. Now let's convert the time. 2 hours and 40 minutes. We will convert it to seconds. So here we have 2 hours and we have 40 minutes. So first let's convert the hours to minutes. So 1 hour has 60 minutes. So 2 hours will have 60 into 2, that is 120 minutes. Now we have 120 minutes which should be converted into seconds. So 1 minute has 60 seconds. Therefore 120 minutes will be 60 into 120. Okay, so let's ignore the zeros for some time. 12 sixes are 72, and then we add the 2 zeros. So we converted the 2 hours to seconds. So this is 7,200 seconds plus, now 40 minutes also should be converted. Now we have 40 minutes here. We're going to convert 40 minutes to seconds. So 40 minutes, we're going to convert it into seconds. So 1 minute has 60 seconds. That means 40 minutes will have 60 into 40. So 6 fours are 24 and then add the two zeros. So here it is plus 2400 seconds. So let's write it here also, plus 2400 seconds. So now we know 2 hours has 7200 seconds, 40 minutes has 2400 seconds. We need to add up both. So 7200 plus 2400, 0, then we have 6 and then 9. So totally time will now be 9600 seconds. So we have distance in meters and time in seconds. We can now find our speed, which is distance by time. Distance is 14,400 meters and time is 9600 seconds. So now let's divide 14,400 by 9,600. So let's cancel. There are two zeros there and two zeros here. We can cancel. Now I can divide this. I can divide 144 by 96. So that will be 96. Ones are 96 minus, now I need to borrow. So this becomes 3 and this becomes 14. 14 minus 6 is 8. Then again 13 minus 9 is 4. 480. Now 96, I need to continue this division. Now because I put 0 there, I brought the 0 down, the point is on top. Now 96 into 5 is 480. So minus you get a 0. So speed will be 1.5 meter per second. So we've done the first part of the question. We've been asked to find the speed in meter per second and we've got the answer as 1.5 meter per second. Now let's go to the second part of the question. The question is, with this speed, Sakshi goes to her school, okay, 240 meters away from her house and then returns back. How much time in all will Sakshi take? So this is what is asked. Now distance is 240 meters and then it says it's away from her house and then she returns back. She goes to her school and returns back. That means we need to add this again. So 240 plus 240, that will give us 4 plus 4 is 8, 2 plus 2 is 4, that will give us 480 meters. Now, what else is given to us? Speed is what we found out to be 1.5 meter per second. Now here we are asked to find how much time she will take. The time is distance by speed. So distance is in meters, so 480 meters, and speed is in 1.5 meters per second. So there's nothing more to convert here. We just have to divide 480 by 1.5. So that is 480 divided by 1.5. 1.5 is the decimal number. Let's make it a whole number. So multiply this by 10 and the numerator by 10. So 480 into 10, I'll have to add one more zero. That becomes 4,800. 1.5 into 10 is 15. Now we have to divide 4,800 by 15. So let's do that. 48, 15 threes are 45 minus 3, 0, I bring down the 0, 30, 15 twos are 30 minus, I have one more 0, so I put it on top and my answer is 320. So that is 320 seconds. So she will take 320 seconds. In all, let's convert it to minutes to make it more meaningful. So we know that 60 seconds make a minute, isn't it? Make 1 minute. So let's divide 320 seconds by 60 to find how many minutes there are in that. So now I have 320. So 60 into 5 is 300. 6 5s are 30. So 60 into 5 is 300. So 5 is the minutes and what's remaining is the seconds. So my final answer here will be 5 minutes and 20 seconds. This is the time that Sakshi will take in all to go to her school and then return back. So this is our final answer. With this, children, we come to the end of this exercise. Thank you, children.